Okay, so we got a really fascinating book sent in this week.
Uh-huh.
It's called Accessing Your True Potential: 4 Core Principles to Being the Best Version of You.
Okay.
And it seems like what you really want to know is uh, how to just get to the heart of it all, right? Like the
Yeah.
most important ideas that you can actually use.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't want to get bogged down in a ton of detail.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like the key takeaways, and then how can I use this right away?
Exactly, yeah. How can I put this into practice in my daily life? So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to try to unpack in this deep dive.
Absolutely.
So what really struck me as I was going through this book is just how much it focuses on the reality of, daily struggles.
Right.
Like it really acknowledges that everyone faces challenges.
Yeah. And that life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Totally. Yeah, it's not about reaching a finish line. It's about this constant journey.
Exactly. It's about the journey.
And to help us navigate that journey, the author lays out this framework he calls the 4 wheels of life. And so we're going to break down each of these wheels and how they can help you sort of like unlock your best self.
That sounds great.
So the first wheel we're going to look at is health.
Okay.
Now, this is a big one, right? The book really emphasizes that health is like the foundation
Right.
for everything else.
It makes sense. You got to feel good to be able to do all the other things you want to do.
Exactly. And it's not just about like not being sick. It's
Yeah.
about having that energy and focus to really pursue what matters to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Like taking care of your body so you can have that mental clarity and energy to focus on everything else.
And I think that really connects with what you were saying about wanting to absorb information quickly. Like if your body's running smoothly, your mind is going to be sharper too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the second wheel,
Okay.
it's clarity.
Clarity.
And what the author means by that is essentially your ability to stay focused,
Okay.
to really cut through all the noise and distractions in life.
Yeah. I struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, me too. And so the book talks a lot about the importance of self-awareness, like understanding your thoughts and emotions,
Right.
and then also how to control those emotions so they don't control you.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah, and I think this is particularly relevant for you wanting to avoid that feeling of overwhelm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like when you have clarity, it's like you have this laser focus.
Mm-hmm.
You can pinpoint what's truly important and not get sidetracked.
Right. It's like being able to prioritize the things that matter. I
Exactly.
like that laser focus.
Okay, so the third wheel is peace.
Peace.
And the author really stresses that this isn't just about, like world peace or anything like that. It's about actively cultivating peace in all areas of your life.
Yeah. So like inner peace.
Exactly. And that includes your relationships with family,
Right.
your own sort of spiritual well-being,
Yeah.
like that sense of purpose and connection.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because if you're constantly dealing with conflict or turmoil, it's going to be hard to, tap into your full potential. Right. It's like you need that solid base to build from.
Exactly. And that's where peace comes in.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So the fourth and final wheel is power.
Power.
And now when the author's talking about power, he's not talking about like, controlling other people or anything like that.
Okay.
It's more about the power that comes from constantly learning and growing.
Okay.
So this includes things like, formal education,
Right.
but it's also about those everyday aha moments where you learn something new.
Yeah, like informal learning.
Exactly. And I think this ties in really well with what you were saying about wanting to gain knowledge quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this wheel is all about that continuous intellectual engagement,
Yeah.
always seeking out new information, new perspectives.
That makes sense.
So essentially what the author is saying is that by consciously working on these 4 areas, your health, your clarity, your peace, and your power,
Yeah.
you'll find that the best version of yourself starts showing up more and more.
Like you're setting yourself up for success. Exactly. And the cool thing is it creates this like positive feedback loop,
Okay.
As you improve in one area, it spills over into the others.
Right. So it all works together.
Yeah, and it gives you this momentum to keep growing even when things get tough.
It's like a framework for life.
Totally. So now I want to ask you, thinking about these 4 wheels, health, clarity, peace, and power, which one do you think needs the most attention in your life right now?
That's a good question.
And what's like one small routine you could start doing today to give that wheel a little spin?
Okay. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, it's something to really consider.
Definitely.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.